Okay, so here's the deal. Nigeria just shook up the entire West African fuel market in a way that could completely change how energy economics work on the continent. But here's the twist. This isn't just about cheaper gas prices. This is about power, sovereignty, and rewriting decades of colonial-era energy dependence. Let me break this down. First, imagine a region that's been exporting raw crude oil for decades. Oil that's then refined in Europe or Asia and sold back to Africans at a markup. That's West Africa's history. But now, Nigeria's Dangote Refinery, this 650,000 barrel a day beast, is flooding the market with homegrown fuel. And that's not just a technical detail, it's a seismic shift. Personally, I think we're watching the birth of something way bigger than a refinery. This could be the moment Africa starts reclaiming control over its own energy destiny. But wait, how? Let's dig. So, here's the kicker. West Africa's fuel imports dropped 23% in a single month. That number isn't just stats. It's a revolution. For years, Lagos or Accra would price gasoline based on what traders in London or Singapore decided. But now, Nigeria's saying, hold up, we're making our own fuel, so why are we still playing by Europe's rules? What makes this really interesting is that they're not just building a refinery. They're trying to create a whole new pricing system. Think of it like creating a stock market for oil. But here's the catch. You can't just declare a new benchmark. You need actual trading, real transactions, and, this is crucial, trust in the system. And that's where things get messy. Let me throw some skepticism here. Just because you build a refinery doesn't mean buyers and sellers will magically appear. Nigeria's regulator actually said, a conference is not a market. That line slaps. They're admitting, hey, infrastructure matters. You need pipelines, storage tanks, ports, all the stuff Africa's been historically terrible at maintaining. And this is where the dream could crash. Because even if Dangote makes all the fuel, if you can't move it across borders efficiently, you're stuck. What many people don't realize is that energy independence isn't just about production. It's about logistics, corruption-proof institutions, and regional cooperation. West Africa's got none of those perfected yet. But here's my conspiracy theory. This isn't just about fuel. This is Nigeria flexing its geopolitical muscle. If they pull this off, they become the energy hub of Africa. Imagine Nigerian fuel powering Ghana's cars, Benin's factories, even getting shipped to Europe. That's not just economics, it's soft power. And this raises a deeper question. Could this be the first domino in a broader African economic decoupling from the West? Because if West Africa can price its own oil, what's next? Minerals? Tech markets? Still, let's not get ahead of ourselves. The road from ambitious plan to functioning market is littered with failed African trade initiatives. The same countries that can't agree on visa policies are now supposed to harmonize fuel regulations? But here's the wild card. Dangote's refinery is real. The steel's in the ground. The fuel's flowing. And once you've got physical supply, you've got leverage. This reminds me of how Dubai built its oil trading hub, not through ideology, but through sheer volume and infrastructure. So where's this heading? My gut says this is a 10-year play. Nigeria's got the first piece of the puzzle. Now they need to build the rest. And here's the closing thought. If West Africa succeeds, we might look back at 2024 as the year Africa stopped being an energy colony and started becoming a player. But if they fail? Well, let's just say the Dangote Refinery could end up as another white elephant. What do you think, optimistic or naive? Drop your takes in the comments.